Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so let's just dive in. And let's start with this article from Ripple that got posted back in November 1st. We do see how crypto solutions are driving real business value. Now, since then, a lot has happened around this campaign that they pushed, which was Crypto Means Business. If you guys did miss it, which I'm sure that you haven't, I highly suggest you look into it and really kind of see what their core values were focused on. A big one was tokenization, which if you guys are a fan of the channel, you probably know about tokenization. I mention it all the time. It has been a key area of focus on this channel just because I believe that tokenization is going to be extremely large. Now, in this article, they do mention a few use cases around business with crypto, but like I said, tokenization is going to be the big one that we focus on in this video because most of this video is centered on tokenization. But we do see, lastly, let's talk tokenization, the process of creating a digital version of an asset held on a blockchain. By tokenizing assets on a blockchain, everything from currencies and collectibles to IP and access rights are made more agile and readily available. For businesses, on-chain tokens can represent any type of asset such as gold, stocks, bonds, real estate, and more, providing greater transparency of ownership and movement of that asset. And because of the inherently decentralized nature of blockchain, markets for trading, staking, and more are available 24/7, 365 days. Now, they do mention a few use cases down here around tokenization, more so centered on really kind of just climate change and stuff like that around carbon credits. But that's what that's what these large companies are already utilizing tokenization for right now. But I want you to all understand that tokenization is going to spread like a wildfire once we do see regulations to areas of real estate, bonds, stocks, gold, and much, much more. In fact, a big thing that I've always said on this channel is that at some point in time we will see the global stock exchange tokenized. A lot of people think that I'm crazy for saying that, but I believe that tokenization is going to shadow everything that we really kind of look at on a day-to-day basis. Now, with this, why am I bringing up tokenization? Why are we addressing tokenization? Because again, it's been a subject that we talk about quite a bit on this channel. Well, it's not because of the value that's disrupting behind it. No, it's how fast we are seeing a shift towards tokenization. A big thing recently, and by the way, the value disrupted by this this test was actually very significant. We're going to be talking about that as well. But this got posted by 801_XRP over on Twitter. But we do see Ripple, XRP fam, DTCC in collaboration with the DDP, which is the digital dollar project, and support from Ripple partner Accenture, first private sector to explore tokenized securities CBDC, could operate within the U.S. leveraging DLT, participating banks like Bank of America and Wells Fargo. Bank of America is the big name to focus on with this, by the way, because this is a pilot centered on some of the largest names that we've seen around the space. Bank of America and Nomura are some of the names that we've looked at in the past that are centered around Ripple. They have been vocal around their use cases that they want to explore with Ripple. Bank of America just recently also talked about how we want to see, well, I shouldn't say we, but how they want to see this case end already so that they could utilize Ripple technology utilizing XRP. But nonetheless, before I get off subject, let's look into this post real quick and let's address the value proposition behind this. So the DTCC shares findings from its pilot with the Digital Dollar Project, identifying requirements for supporting a US CBDC in securities settlement. And it's funny because this is actually focused on some of the largest use case value in this space that a lot of people think in the dollar figure amount is absolutely insane to wrap your mind around, which is quadrillions of dollars. But we do see the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, DTCC, the premier post-trade market infrastructure for the global financial services industry, today published its latest white paper exploring post-trade security settlement with the US CBDC. In collaboration with the Digital Dollar Project and support from Accenture, the project outlines the key findings from the pilot, formerly known as Project Lithium, the first private sector initiative to explore how tokenized securities and a wholesale CBDC could operate within the U.S. settlement infrastructure leveraging DLT. The pilot included participation from the leading market participant firms, including the Bank of America, Citi, Nomura, Northern Trust, State Street, Virtua Financial, and also Wells Fargo, which, by the way, State Street has been a big name that I focused on even with Zinfin in the past and R3 Corda. They are very vocal on what they also want to do around DOT, and it's centered on tokenization as well. Now, from the digital dollar project themselves, they did say just released results from the digital dollar and the DTCC security settlement pilot, the first private sector initiative to explore how tokenized securities and wholesale CBDC could operate within the United States settlement infrastructure leveraging DOT. And I do have this fully open over here. This got posted, like I said, on November 30th. And this goes into a few quotes. So, as a potential digital alternative to cash, a US CBDC should be carefully explored in consultation with key stakeholders across the public and private sectors. The DTCC's pilot with the DDP assessed the use of a simulated CBDC and DLT for DVP settlement in the U.S. wholesale markets through direct engagement with market participants, stated. And this is stated the DTCC Managing Director, Head of Strategy and Business Development. The results of the pilot can help inform market participants and U.S. policymakers about many requirements related to this new technology and currency paradigm. Now, it did focus on DLT with the goal of demonstrating success in settling tokenized securities. And it's actually very interesting that they were doing this full-on test, because I have a few things I want to focus on with XRP from the past that we will get to here in a second. But I want you to understand the key findings around this. So there was 4 key findings. When you see CBDC design, multilateral settlement, and asset encumbrance mechanisms are core functional requirements for post-trade settlement. Broader access to a digital Federal Reserve payment system could present new opportunities within the settlement bank model and drive innovation in traditional industry responsibilities. How big of a statement is that? Think about that. You know, when we look at access to these big areas of payments and finance, the Federal Reserve payment system, it's going to be disrupted. We focused on this with Volante Technologies. We know that the Federal Reserve is moving extremely fast on digitization of their payment system, and this is happening right now. And it's set to launch in 2023. They were saying 2023 into 2024 possibly. But around that time frame, I think that a lot of things are going to move fast around DOT adoption, as well as discussions within a lot of these major areas. Tokenization most likely will be at the forefront. Now, they do mention network connectivity and design when settlement of securities and cash occur on separate and distinct networks. Orchestration between the networks is required to ensure settlement. The pilot's orchestration model between the 2 distinct networks reduce counterparty risk at the time of settlement and provided settlement guarantees. Moving forward, this approach may provide a governance model for future implementations. Business implications for settlement and reporting processes based on the pilot results and feedback from industry participants. A CBDC network offers the potential to achieve operational efficiencies and enhance transparency and reporting capabilities. And then last but not least, opportunities for future exploration. The white paper outlines opportunities for future exploration, including industry adoption rates and implementation cost. These areas should be further evaluated to help key stakeholders better understand the impacts that the introduction of CBDCs may have on settlement. And we do see the findings from this pilot serve as crucial information to inform worldwide CBDC development and conversations that are rapidly increasing across sectors. DDP thanks DTCC for the leadership of this pilot and the participants for their thoughtful engagement throughout this effort. Understanding the impact of CBDC technology on this crucial aspect of financial market infrastructure is imperative to the evolution of U.S. markets and will inform further CBDC research and experimentation globally. Accenture is pleased to have supported the DTCC and DDP in their efforts to explore the value of digital currency and tokenization in the evolution of our capital markets. DTCC's experience, leadership, and innovation paired with the DDP's diverse community of experts and stakeholders is a powerful combination that will help shape the impact that digital currency will have on the transformation of financial infrastructure, which, again, very, very strong quote here. You can really kind of see what's happening around this. And DTCC testing DLT. Just to give you guys a quick insight. Okay, a big thing that I focus on with Hedera is how large DLT technology will be. I also focus on this a lot with even XRP. The DTCC is no new name for you guys. I understand you guys all probably understand that. The subsidiaries, process security transactions valued at $2.4 quadrillion. That means that this is one of the largest names around finance. We also do see its depository provides custody and asset servicing for security issuers or securities issues from 177 countries and territories valued at $87.1 trillion. So, again, very, very large name in the game. Also, by the way, the Digital Dollar Project, if you go over to their website, so this is also, for some reason, I am blocked from that. Let me actually grab this link real quick, and let's copy this and paste it real quick. The reason why I bring this up is I want to show you guys something real quick around the Digital Dollar Project. So when you go over to the About section and you look at some of the names behind the Digital Dollar Project, some of these are the highest grade names around not only the SEC, but also around finance. Also, when you go to the board of directors, Chris Giancarlo, also a very vocal individual around this technology. He has spoke around Ripple and XRP in the past, not really mentioning it. Also, some other names here as well if you wanted to look on those. I never looked at some of these other names, but Chris Giancarlo is one that I have focused on for a while, especially around the CFTC, which could bring in regulations around crypto as well as digitization or digital assets and digitization itself. So, that's a big name to focus on. Now, this also goes back into 2021 from the DTCC. This is where they were talking about launching a platform to digitize and modernize private markets, centered on, of course, digital securities. This is going to be full management. They mentioned this back in 2021, and now we are seeing them fully test this, which means, guess what the next major step is? The go live. And this is going to be very, very large once it does go live, because this is $2.4 quadrillion. This is nothing to overlook at all. And we do see DTCC has a long history of innovating to make the global financial services industry more efficient, and we continue to explore new and emerging technologies to support the digitization and tokenization of assets. Again, I want you all to understand that them focusing on DLT is huge. And also, the benefits that they're focused on: reduced operational costs through standards and increased automation, including security identifiers. I wonder how they could reduce operational costs as well. I mean, settlement through something like RippleNet with XRP would reduce the cost 30 to 60%. Electronification of transfer restriction approvals, grow settlement as early as T+1, and cost mutualization of non-differentiated services such as centralized stock record keeping and codification of transfer restrictions. Again, settlement being the big thing. Imagine settlement in seconds, around $2.4 quadrillion. How insane is that? So again, as we look at the DTCC, this is another major name around finance that has been centered on digitization. Funny thing is that back in the summertime, we've seen a huge announcement from the DTCC. Shout out to Digital Perspectives, but he talked about fun facts. DTCC Parallel Productions live with R3 Corda platform. Corda Settler can settle with digital assets like XRP and XDC, which is also why I mentioned ZenFin. CFPB cites Swift, GPI, and Ripple XRP as exporter solutions. Both the Federal Reserve, BOGov, Michael S. Barr, and CFPB are FSOC members, and DTCC systemically important. And here you guys have who serves on the FSOC, the chairman of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, the director of the Bureau of Consumer Financial Protection. And also there's a bunch of other names here as well. And then over here, financial market utility designations. The Dodd-Frank Act also authorizes the council to designate a financial market utility FMU as systemically important. If the council determines that the failure of or a disruption of the functioning of the FMU could create or increase the risk of significant liquidity or credit problems spreading among financial institutions or markets, and thereby threaten the stability of the U.S. financial system. So they are focused on a few things around this, especially with liquidity or credit problems. But also we do see the depository trust companies centered down here. And then on the last page, we do see the DTCC's Project Ion platform now live in parallel production environment, processing over 100,000 transactions per day on DLT. And they did select R3's Corda for the underlying DLT technology. Could this also play into what they are doing over here with the DDP? It could very well be on R3 Corda. Remember, XRP and XLM, XDC could be utilized for settlement here. And you actually do see that being mentioned here as well, around the technology provided by Ripple with XRP. We also do see support cross-border money transfers, proprietary virtual currency XRP, which can be used to affect settlement of those transfers. This is the breakdown with R3 Corda. So at the end of the day, this is a massive opportunity, and also securities. Tokenized securities has been a subject that we focused on with Ripple as well, going all the way back to like 2019. This is a big opportunity. This is a huge opportunity for DLT as well. Like, even if XRP isn't included in this, this is still a massive test from a name like the DTCC. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. If you guys are on this before, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.